Sure did. What's the 441 Martians? Eat the thumbs up, peace, love, and light. All that good stuff. It's actually December the 21st, so it's Christmas. And Christmas simply speaks on more Christ. What is Christ? Christ is the crystallization of your conscious spirit. You feel me? So I'm pressing play on the dial. Just tapping in, nothing specific on the download list. But I kind of wanted to speak on video games and life being very, very parallel to that same existence and experience. So a lot of people speak on life being a simulation, and assimilation ultimately means what? Like a test. And you have so many different examples and reasons as to why you're living in a simple assimilation. And it takes a little bit of awareness to connect the dots and to really pay attention to what's happening around you. And you'll begin to understand that the matrix that you're in, which is just a system that you're in, has an order of operations. And we like to call it natural law, or, the law of the sea, whatever you may have it. But that just gives you the understanding that there's a catalyst as to how things act and react on this dimension. And the interesting part that I'm thinking about when it comes to video games is cheat codes, right? We all like a cheat code, but the word cheat is to suggest that you're doing something wrong. I don't even know what the textbook definition is, but it kind of suggests that you're doing like something that is not acceptable. But when you realize in a video game that when they sold you the video game, it already had this dynamic in it, it gives you the understanding that the creator or the engineer of the video game, they had in mind that this game will be a lot more fun. Engaging is the word. A lot more engaging if we put cheat codes in, and then there's a certain space that you're able to just surpass all of this difficult stuff we created for you in the video game in the first place. So you can think about every game there is, even Nintendo. I don't remember if there was a cheat code, but there was always little secrets to get like infinite lives, or there was like secrets to find the power mushroom that gives you 80 lives. There's always something hidden in there if you search and search and search, and you find that intel is the information that crystallizes your consciousness. So we're talking about Christ and the consciousness of Christ, and we're going to get into that in a minute too. But your simulation is compared to that video game, and that designer, they have cheat codes in the video game for a reason. Sometimes it's for you to get a leg up and beat the game. Sometimes it's for you to enjoy different aspects or a different perspective of the video game, so that when you go back to the actual simulated difficult part with no cheat code, you appreciate the ability to either progress and beat it, or you appreciate the fact that knowing that whoever designed that game, they knew it was going to be so hard that they was going to need to have a cheat code. Because I think back, I'm a major gamer as a kid, And I'm always playing video games since I was 4 years old. 4 years old, I'm playing Nintendo all day, every day. But I'm still an outside kid, so the part of the day that I'm not outside, I'm in the house. That game is on. My thumbs is hurt. I remember when I was 4 years old. I don't know how this happened, but I was helping my mother put groceries away in the kitchen, and I dropped a can on my finger. I don't know how I did it, but I tore my finger all up. It was hurt. It was my thumb. Did that stop me from playing that game? No, I'm in there like holding it, like trying to push this part without tearing this part of the finger up. You gotta get through the simulation. Is all I'm saying. So, so you play till your thumbs hurt, and that's in regards to this life that we're living. You play till your thumbs hurt, and then when your thumbs hurt, you take a little break. Then you go back in. You know, you got to give yourself those breaks. But the important part to this parallel is there are cheat codes if you get with the right people, the right homeboys. Because how did you get the cheat codes from Mortal Kombat? How did you learn the fatalities from Mortal Kombat? The designers first, they created this dynamic. Then they sold the intel or the information in the stores. They had that big thick booklet with all the created characters in there, and they gave it away, sold it to everybody. When they sold it to everybody, it was a particular set of people that was like, hey, I'm gonna tell my homeboy about this. Hey, I'm gonna put this on the internet. The internet's new, and then when the Mortal Kombat comes out back in the early 90s, that's how information evolves. So it's the same way in this simulated world. The information, you're only 6 degrees separated, and that's just to explain that you're only but this far away from your destiny being found if you haven't found destiny at this moment. So you stay playing till your fingers hurt. Stay trying shit. Stay looking. Stay asking questions. And then there's a point where somebody's gonna give you the cheat codes. There's a point where you're gonna be like, hey, you can do this. You remember that part of the scene in so-and-so video game where you gotta get across the border and you can't fall into the hot lava? Well, they got a scene if you go back, forward, B, a damn paper airplane jumps on the screen and picks you up, takes you across, whatever the fuck. Same way in the simulation. So I'm thinking about all of these conscious people on internet, all of these people giving their perspective on spirituality. That's from God. We're able to observe others at a very, very magnified basis nowadays, because I can sit right here, I'm all alone in this living room, but I can reach people from this living room. So that's God. And the ability to reflect on others is that connection of reality, that Libra 7th house energy, understanding who you are through the lens of viewing others. Because when you view others, especially at an intimate basis or regular everyday basis or whatever, there always are reflections of you. And it may be levels of you that you have not grown into just yet. And that may specifically be why you're entangled in a relationship. And it could be any relationship. If you have a coworker that you work with and y'all just speak at work, that's an entanglement that is representative of mirrors. So I'm thinking about meditation, and it's so cliche to talk about meditation, but when I tell you the power of meditation, the ability to complete breath cycles in a rhythmic pattern, because what happens in rhythm, what happens in a song that has rhythm, that comes on and it gets into your spirit, so to speak, you get to moving. And then when you get to moving, it kind of has like a flow to it, and then it has a repetition to it. the repetition follows the sound, and it displays the rhythmic energy that you dance with. So, same thing as meditation, you're breathing in the oxygen, hydrogen, and all that good stuff, and you're breathing out the waste. So, when you're breathing it in, you're allowing that to flow through that Kundalini channel, and the flow repitates. I don't know if that's a word, but that's what I feel like I need to say right now. It repitates like this. You know what I'm saying? And she be twerkulating. That's a better word. Y'all know what I mean when I say she be twerkulating. She be twerking like this, and that energy builds a rise, and the rise flows to this space here, and that's where the Christ becomes conscious, up in this area, the cerebral, because it connects to the 33rd vertebrae, the top of the spinal cord. And that is all connected for a reason, because once you get that energy flowing to the top of the spinal cord and nothing is dissipating or leaking out in a manner that is like a gas leak in the car, you may have an oil leak, and everything may not reach the top if it has a little leak on the side and on the back. So that's where disease comes from. When you're dealing with a disease, that's because your chakra alignment has energy. And if there's a blockage in the energy wants to dissipate or exit right there in that area. So for example, if you have a sexually transmitted disease, you think, or we think, that it is because some dirty trick gave it to you. And that can be true because the transfer of energy is real. But what happens is your chakra, sacral, to be specific, your sacral chakra is blocked. And there's energy that needs to dissipate. And the energy is getting dissipated through your sacral chakra down there in your groin area. So you on the physical plane, you manifest a transmitted disease that is called sexual, and it happens through sexual intercourse because, like I said, you download intel from the other person. But it's kind of like Lovecraft Country, that movie or that show, when the girl overseas, he met the girl that wanted to kill him. She was sacrificing men through her vagina and sex. She was sucking his soul, and then she was sacrificing it to the magi or whatever they was doing. Excuse me. But when she got to him, she was not able to penetrate his death. And he's the chosen one in the movie, and he had the specific power. So she was not able to penetrate and suck his soul or usurp his soul from his being, because his avatar was protected, and his soul, so to speak, his kundalini rose to a point of awareness where he was not affected. Does that make sense? Same thing with a headache. Your pineal gland is blocked, especially if you have migraines. If you have migraines, your pineal is blocked. This area, there's something blocking the third eye, and it's not able to see what it needs to see, so you get a headache. You feel me? You got heart pains, you had a heart attack. Your energy is blocked at the heart. You may need to release some energy that is blocking your heart. And a lot of times blocked heart can be dealing with low vibrational energy, jealousy, hatred, and grief, lack of forgiveness, those things. If you have a depressed state of being, your solar plexus may be blocked. If you're depressed and you don't want to get out and go outside and get some sunlight and you enjoy the ability that you have to connect to the external nature, because that is you, that could be a blockage in your solar. So these are examples as to how to kind of work with your chakra balance. And what is chakras? What are chakras, wise? That's just a portal of energy in a particular part of your body. So same thing, throat chakra. You may have a weak ability to sing, like your body or your neck or your throat hurts if you sing loud. If you try to like enunciate something loud, it kind of gives you a jolt. You get sore throats often, or you have a low voice. All these things can be blockages in the throat. So understanding the blockages, they allow you to maintain maintenance, because maintenance is important. It's like a vehicle. We all know that if you don't keep the vehicle up, she's gonna turn on you at some point. And a lot of women are very good at having a car that they don't change the oil in, change the brakes, or change the tires. Then it gets to a point where it's terribly, terribly broken down. And that's just because most women are not the physical types to need to be under them hoods working on that. So I'm not blaming you. I'm just giving an example to say that the car needs maintenance. So the same thing with your body. You need maintenance on your chakra body. And the cheat codes, like I was saying, major cheat code is meditation. I remember back when I was earlier on in my spiritual journeys, they'll be like, stressed out? You stressed out? I'm like, yeah, I'm stressed out. Go meditate. They're like, you wanna escape your fate in your life and go drink and smoke all day? Go meditate first. And I'll be like, man, you be like, meditation, the word itself is cliche as hell. But when you actually do it on a regular basis and you actually give yourself that opportunity to connect and to astral project and to quantum leap, those things take you to another level. And it's very cliche to say, but that's the cheat code, bro. At least one of them. There's so many more. But when we're talking about life being a simulation, one of the cheat codes is meditation and the ability to align the chakra system. So there's 7 main chakras. Look them up and understand how each one of them affects your balance. And there's multiple chakra systems in the body. You got them all over your fingers, your hands, because there's portals and energy fields everywhere. So, for example, your palm is a portal. That's why you don't want to shake everybody's hand. That's why when you shake people's hand, you can feel them out and you know who they are, because you're able to tap into that energetic field with a handshake. And if you give them a hug, even better, because now you're in their auric field and you can feel them out, literally. So you want to align your ability to do these things, because that's the cheat code, bro. You playing Mario on the little man. What the fuck? You're never gonna beat Super Mario Brothers, the very first installment. You're never gonna beat it if you're just a little man the whole way through. Soon as the first scene comes on, you got that question mark box, boop, and the mushroom comes out. Let's get high. And then he gets it gets big. So it's all in correlation to video games. That's how video games were created, the inner and understanding of how the world works. So we're gonna download that. Let's download video games, simulations, and cheat codes being meditation. We're going to keep working on cheat codes because you got everything from candle magic to altars to, yoga to physical fitness. All these different things are cheat codes, or they might just be checkoffs to complete before you can get to the next level. But when I say meditation, those are very, very key. If you don't know how to meditate, just give yourself time, 3 or 4 minutes at a time. Close your eyes, give yourself no noise, interruptions, turn your phone off, just 3 to 5 minutes, and breathe. Breathe in your nose. Let that energy drop down into your body. Let it get down to the root, past your groin, down by your buttocks in your anal area. Let that energy suck down into that space. As it comes back up and out, you pushing it out, and it's out your mouth. And as you push it out your mouth, you're understanding that that's a filter. So everything that you're pushing out is the waste. Just like when you use the bathroom, you're getting rid of waste. And when you're breathing out, you're getting rid of waste. Breathe in your nose, out your mouth. Breathe in your nose because your frontal lobe and your brain is able to receive that air, like an air filter coming right into the engine, and then it sinks down into that root chakra. And the root chakra is the basis, that survival mechanism, that ability to take care of yourself. And that's that primal nature. And a lot of us don't escape the balance of the root chakra, and we stay on a lower level energy. We never reach the heart space. We never reach the throat chakra. We say whatever the hell we want instead of saying what we feel is important to the heart. So if you have raised that energy through the heart chakra has filtered the things that you say now, and you're not just cussing and fussing for no reason. You may still be cussing and fussing, but you may have a reason and an understanding behind it. You feel me? So cheat codes, meditation, y'all. You gotta do it. It's like mandatory. Like sometimes I don't even want to do it, but I promise when I get into a rhythm, I'm doing it every day. I've been doing it every day this whole year. At least since May. But when you get into it every day, man, it's powerful. It's powerful. Cheat codes, meditation. Eat the thumbs, y'all. If y'all feel me, eat the thumbs. Peace, love, and light. Merry Christmas. ChristMas. Oh, we didn't even talk about ChristMas. Okay, let's get into that because it is Christmas. Then we'll roll out. So, quick build. And I wanted to do some total on this build, but while we're talking about Christmas and the Christ energy and the consciousness involves the birth of Jesus Christ. And this is just the biblical understanding. You have the Egyptian version of Horus and Heru. Heru comes up from a little baby bird, and he grows into the major falcon that he is. But since the day that Christ was born was supposed to be Christmas, let's roll with Christ, Jesus Christ. So Jesus wasn't born in December. People understand the Bible in a lot of different ways. I'm not saying that when somebody else gets on the page and say he said it was born in December, don't get on my page saying that but why? So-and-so said he was born in December. Well, that's true. Multiple things can be true at once. So to understand how Christ was born, Christ is born through the astral wheel, right? In Virgo season, the Virgin Mary, she births Christ. Christ is birthed through Christ, the Virgin Mary. The Virgin Mary is a virgin. So how does she have Christ? She created Christ on a timeline of consciousness. She built her energy. She raised her kundalini. She connected to her source because Virgo is the Hierophant or something like a Hierophant. Excuse me. And that's just a connection to source, able to speak to and from source, and then speak to and from the masses of peoples. And Virgo has raised her understanding of physical realms, because from Aries to Virgo, you're dealing with that physical aesthetic. And then Libra to Pisces is the spiritual aesthetic. So you're getting into the spiritual side of things with Libra. So with the end of Virgin Mary's cycle, she's raised her consciousness, she's purified, she's perfected, and now Christ is born. Christ balances itself in Libra season. Christ transforms itself and thoughts in Scorpio season. Christ begins to explore and become aware in Sagittarius season. And we're here now, this is Western astrology, here now jumping into Capricorn season, and the awakening is being activated. So the activation of the consciousness is ChristMas, and that's what ChristMas is. More Christ, more crystallization for the intel and the information that you have delivered through this cycle of astrology. Stay with me, y'all. Capricorn season, you are in that go mode now. It's like, okay, I'm conscious now. Let's go to work. I can go do it. I can do this. Capricorn can do it. So after Capricorn, you have what? You have Aquarius season. Capricorn to Aquarius is tweaking and making better and looking forward, because Capricorn is kind of like the music just threw me off. It's like the factory worker, right? And then Aquarius is like the overseer. They're like the one that comes in and checks on the factory worker and like, how you doing, so-and-so? And they check on if things are getting done in a certain amount of time and if the abilities are on time. And can we perfect that? And can we make it better? Can we get a few robots in here instead of y'all working so hard? That's what Aquarius is doing with that Christ consciousness. Because Christ is beginning to ascend in the Pisces energy. Pisces energy is the messianic force, the Messiah quality. And this is really the part of the Bible or the book where Christ dies. He is he's spiritually ascending. He's no longer on the physical, and now his physical body is dying on the cross. And we get to him dying on the cross. He is a sacrificial lamb at this point for the sins of, it's supposed to be the sins of the world and the masses and others and himself, if I'm not mistaken, if that's how the Bible works. Aries is now the regeneration, that phoenix that rises from the ashes. Phoenix rose from the ashes, and now you have the will to do, that active energy, that get up and go energy. So that's from Aries all the way down to Leo. So let's just get into it. Aries is the self-doer, learning how to do things. Taurus is the self-love, learning how to love their self now that you know how to do things. Gemini, you're getting into the ability to communicate, socialize, and network with others. Then the fourth house, you're dealing with the Cancerian energy of home base, the energy of family, the energy of lineage, the energy of roots, being able to root your truth. And then this is important because Cancer is the death of consciousness. So like I said, in January, right, or now the consciousness is online, right? It's tapping in. Now they know what to do. So Cancer is the opposite. Cancer is a little delusioned and they get out of space a little bit. So think about it. The phoenix is rising. The phoenix is rising. It never stops rising. Then it gets to a place where they're like, kind of like oblivion, and they can't see and they can't think or they can't reach others. So Cancer is rooted, super rooted into, previous experience and superhuman experience, not human experience. So if you will, if you think of Judas, Judas is the one that betrayed Jesus and had him, rebuked. Judas is Cancer in the astrology wheel, because the delusion of grandeur can get a hold of Cancer, and they can get away from the Capricornian consciousness of knowing what to do. So after Cancer, you have Leo. So Leo is that space where that ego death is necessary. Ego death, that 33rd parallel energy. Leo needs to atone for its actions. It gets a little excited, it's lustful, pleasurable, has a lot of fun. It gets super hot in summertime. It's like, okay, son, you're a little excited. Let's cool down. It's a little hot. You be blacker than char, well, at least I do. Be blacker than char. You be like, man, bro, you done burnt me up. What's up? So that ego death is necessary. You get back into Virgo season, and what do you have? That purification, that perfection, and then the Christ is born again. It happens every year, all year. So that's the wheel of astrology in the Bible. If you don't believe me, just use your own brain, use your own mind, and go look this shit up yourself. Come back to me and see what we're talking about. Because I love a conversation. I love an argument too. But I don't like them arguments where we got to fight. I like an argument where we fighting with our words and our intellect, and I'm not fighting with some dumbass. Because I am not wasting my energy, my fist or my mouth on no dumbass. I ain't fighting no idiot, and I ain't talking to no idiot. I ain't addressing no dumbass rumors. You know what I'm saying? That's how Christ moves. Christ done been in the hood with the pimps. Christ done been in the hood with the prostitutes. He knows all the games. He goes with the sanctified beings. He parts the Red Sea with Moses. He does all the cool shit whenever you need him. We need him to. Christ is too cool to be talking to your ass about what you think when I'm about to go hang myself on the cross and I'm about to rise like a phoenix. You feel me? So Merry ChristMas. Peace and blessings. All love. Eat the thumbs up. It's a nice little build, y'all. We at the altar chilling. I'm going to vibe out. It's like, what, 2 in the morning? Let me see. Yeah, it's 2:30 in the morning. So 3 a.m., I'm doing my meditation. We're going to go in. And the meditation has been a movie lately. I guess because it's full moon and Cancer is on the way. Man, it's been a movie. Peace and love, y'all. One.